Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kami and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. And today I have a Goodwill bins, very small, but a couple of things from the bins or the Goodwill outlet. And I think 4 different Goodwill store hauls, like regular store hauls. So let's go ahead and get into it. So before I get into that, I wanted to give you guys an update. In case you're not following me on Instagram, my dog Little Bear, he was a lot more prevalent in like some of my older videos. He turned 15 last month, and so he's had a good long 15 years. But in January, he was actually diagnosed with cancer in his mouth that was terminal, and he passed away last week. It was time for us to make that decision for him. He was declining, and it was just time, but he's not in any pain anymore. So I want to give you guys an update because you won't see him in any future videos. All right, so I turned the fan on. I'm trying to calm down. But he passed away on April 21st, 2023. He was born March 20th, 2008. So he was born when I was in middle school, and he was, with us through middle school, high school, college, getting married, moving to, 2 different apartments and 2 different homes, living back with my mom for a little bit. So he had a really good long life, and we're gonna miss him a lot. I'll put up a picture of him here, probably my favorite picture. He just looks so happy. So just wanted to let you guys know that and give you an update. But if you're not following me on Instagram, feel free to. I have it linked in my description below. But normally I don't post a whole lot of personal things there, but since he's been kind of in my videos occasionally, I've been kind of updating his condition over there. But we were given basically 3 to 6 months, and it was about a little over 3 months before he really started declining, and we had to unfortunately make that decision. But it feels a little empty in the house, and even in the room. He had a little bed over here that he would just lay while I worked on reselling things, and then at my regular 9 to 5 I work from home, and so he had a bed in there. So it's just gonna feel really empty for a while. But anyway, let's move on to some happier things. All right, I think there are only a couple of personal things that I picked up. So we're gonna go with the regular stores first. So this is one of the personal things. It is a trick or treat Halloween pillow. It has some tassels on the side. So it was originally like a Threshold, which is I think Target's brand, for $15, but Goodwill had it for $3.49. And I think in one of my last bins and Goodwill haul, like regular store hauls, I mentioned I picked up a candy corn themed dish because I just don't have a whole lot of Halloween decor. So I was happy to see this. It's definitely not the season for it, but I'm glad to get it at the price I did. That's like, geez, that's like 60-something% off normal price. It was in really good condition. All right, I did get a couple pairs of shoes at the regular stores and then a couple pairs at the bins, but this is the only pair I got at this store. So these are a pair of red, white Chacos. So these are a size women's 8, and they only wanted $6.59 for them, which that seems to be their normal adult shoe prices. We actually drove about an hour and a half-ish away. That's where the bins are located in my state. And so the Goodwills up there are ran by a different region. And so up there, that is typically their adult pricing. So they didn't have these marked up. My Goodwills in my area definitely would have. So I was happy to pay that price, especially because we're going into the right season for them. All right, so this item my mom actually picked up and asked if I wanted it, and I said yes. It is a Maeve by Anthropologie. It's a size 4, and it is a dress that is striped, and it's buttoned all the way down. It's partially lined. I believe it's about a midi length. The outside is, the inner liner is a little bit shorter than that, but it did come with a belt. It's a good size, and it is a newer style from Anthropologie. This was $8.99. This is one of my favorite brands to find in the kind of more jean legging type areas, categories. It is Spanx. It does really well for me. This is a pair of light gray. I believe these are the jean-ish, that's what they're called, jean-ish leggings. They're kind of like a jegging, but they're very slimming and have some shapewear technology in them. Of course, they're Spanx. And these they had at $5.99. My husband found this item for me. It is Ariat. Now, normally when you think of Ariat, you think of boots, but I've done decently well with their clothing line. This is the rebar clothing line, and this is an extra large tall. It's a really nice quality gray button front shirt. It is long sleeve with those button cuffs, and I think with it being an extra large tall will really help it sell. And this was $6.09. All right, and then this last item is by a brand that's been on my BOLO list, and before we went to the regular stores, I said I really wanted to find 2 different BOLOs that I've never found before. I did, but actually my husband found both of them. So he found this one. This was the second item by this brand he found while we were gone. So the other one's from another Goodwill, but it is the Travis Matthew brand. Now this is a kind of golfing brand, so I really love picking up Peter Millar. I find that decently frequently around in my area, but I've never found this, and I've heard it can do really well. So this is a blue, kind of lighter blue short sleeve polo. There is one little dot, let me see if I can, there we go, right there. But I think just a washing with a little bit of OxyClean will get that out, and it's a size extra large, sorry, and it was $5.99. So I'm hoping to get around 40 for it. All right, so before we left that morning, which was yesterday morning, there was a local neighborhood that was having a garage sale, and so we stopped by on our way out, and I only found one thing. My mom went with us to Oklahoma City, and she didn't find anything either. It was kind of, they had a lot of garage sales, but not a lot of stuff I would pick up. There was one sale where there was a whole table full of figs scrubs, but she was asking $15 each for them, and I was willing to pay like $7, $8 per item, but I figured she probably wouldn't want to go half price. So yeah, but I did find this. This is a really pretty floral. It's actually 2 different types of floral prints, but it's actually an apron. So it ties up here at the top, has 2 little pockets there, and then it also has the waist tie as well. So this is, I've never heard of this brand, but it's just Liberty, but it does say by Anthropologie. But what caught my eye was its new wood tags. So this was $32 at Anthropologie. I looked up comps. I think I can get somewhere between $20 and $25 for it, and I only paid $2 for it. So I thought it was a good item to pick up. All right, so the other personal item we got was just a Reebok shirt for my husband. They have really good shirt prices there, for $5.99. My local Goodwills have their regular t-shirts for like $3 and some change, and some there are priced at $3 and some are $5, but for a personal item, I think that's good price for a shirt for him. But at this store, they had like 5 or 6 different racks of stuff that they were getting ready to put out, and they just had it out there for people to look through. So I found quite a few things on there. One is this Torrid size 3X new with tags. Like it's see-through because it has a bunch of eyelets in it, but it's like a floral eyelet, short sleeve top. I'm trying to see if it says it's button down, but it's open right now, but it does button down. But I was like, new with tags, Torrid, I'm here for it, and it was only $5.99. All right, and then the next item my husband found is a Theory long sleeve men's shirt. It's a size large. This is a super soft. It's like a Henley shirt, but it is a mix of Pima cotton and baby alpaca. It's very soft, so I did want to go ahead and pick it up. I'm hesitant to pick up Theory just because it doesn't move very fast for me, but I think with the material on this, I think it'll be a good flip. And it was $6.09. All right, this was another item that I found on those new racks. So it is Cool, K-U-H-L. It's a great outdoor wear brand. If you ever see this little logo here, or sometimes it's in the shape of a heart if it's a women's piece, but not all women's pieces have the heart. But definitely look into it. This is a men's size large. It's a red plaid button front shirt. It is long sleeve, so I know not the best season for long sleeve, but this brand moves very well for me and very quickly. It was only $6.09. All right, so this was the first Travis Matthews polo that my husband found. I was really surprised to find that he found 2, but he did say that he kind of manifested it. On our way up there, he was saying he really wanted to find this brand, and he did. So this is a blue, but a little bit darker of a blue than the other Travis Matthew polo, but it's a short sleeve polo, and this one is a size medium. So this one actually, when he was pulling it off the rack, the tag came off, but we kept the tag with it. And this was $3.89. So again, sometimes their tag or their t-shirt and polo pricing gets intertwined. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. All right, last item in that bag was an item that I found in the women's section. But let me get this up here. If you know what this means, these three little lines here, you know that this is actually a men's shirt. It is a Lululemon men's blue short sleeve shirt. Another way you can tell, I don't believe they do this anymore, correct me if I'm wrong, but for a period of time, the men's items had the Lululemon logo and then like little triangles around it to kind of make it square. I don't believe that they do that anymore, but I was excited to pick this up because it was in the women's section and not in the men's. And this one actually didn't have a tag. So she just scanned that $3.89 tag from that shirt. So that's how much I paid for this one. All right. Then at this store, I found two pairs of shoes. So the first pair is a pair of kids Sorel boots. These were really cute. Honestly, they're in really great condition. They were $5.89. The inside's in really good condition. This is a size 6. No, they're women's. They're women's size 6. They just had them marked as kids. Well, okay, that's even better. Now the only thing is it does have some slight wear to the tops right here, but for paying that price and also knowing that they're women's, I was willing to pay that. The other pair of shoes I did end up paying up for. All right, now when I got to the store, I went straight to the shoes because they're in the front part of the store, and one of the workers was putting out some new shoes, and I happened to see these on the bottom of her like push cart, and I was like, can I see those? So I did pay $12.99 for these, but they are Doc Martens. Now they are not the vintage kind, they're just like more modern. I did pay $12.99 for them, but they have that classic yellow stitching, the rubber sole, and then the upper is in really good condition. Let's see here. This is a size 6. So I'm assuming possibly it's a US 6. So I'm thinking maybe the same person. I'm not sure. I'll have to look up the style number, and if I happen to find the style name, I'll put it up here somewhere. Now there is one little scratch right here, but I'm actually going to take some of the Doc Marten Wonder Balm, I think is what it's called, and just shine that on there, get that scuff right out. But I was really excited to find these. All right, this next brand is a good bread and butter brand of jeans. So it is Judy Blue. These were a size 20 women's, so a plus size, and they were new with tags. So this is the skinny fit. They are high waist, and like I mentioned, new with tags. These were only $8.79, so they did not have these marked up. They are a black pair, and they do have some distressing and a little bit of fuzz attached with them. Don't worry, that's not included in the sale. And then I love the hem. I love getting, for myself, more of that like kind of raw fringe hem. So I picked those up. I do really well with that brand, specifically plus size, but you know, a lot of people say skinny fit is out, but skinny still sells for me. I don't know about you guys. You guys let me know down below what kind of are the top style of jeans that you guys sell in your closets. All right, so this item was actually in the regular pants section, but it was kind of hanging out, and I saw that it was figs. But the interesting thing is the way they have this tag, it's not gonna let me do it, but this is actually maternity figs. I've never seen maternity figs, and I don't think I even knew that they made maternity scrubs, but it would make sense that they do. But this is size medium maternity, but they are a black pair of fig scrub pants, and they are the jogger style as well. So they have that cuffed hem down there. This was only $5.99. I'm excited to see how that goes because obviously pregnant women have to work still just the same as when they're not pregnant, unfortunately in our country. Yeah, let me know if you guys knew that figs made maternity scrubs because that was not something that I knew. All right, at this store, they had a ton of Athleta. I put quite a bit back because of the age or condition, but I really like this pair. It's not a newer pair. I think it's from 17, but it is a gray and black pair, but it has perforations on the front, and then it's more of a solid black on the back with a little bit of that gray here. So this was a size medium, and It is from 2017. It also has this back pocket here. It's kind of a mesh pocket. So I haven't really seen any like this. I don't know the style name of it, but I will put it up here somewhere. And then their leggings or pants are a pretty decent price. They're $5.99, which is, I believe, what my area Goodwill's charge for those as well. All right, so I'm going to say that my husband gave me some good luck on this because he came and put an item he found into my cart and then walked away, and lo and behold, the next thing I pulled out was this. It is a Lululemon size 2 pair of pants. I saw them and I thought that they were a pair of mother pants. I forgot what they were called, but I just listed a pair and they're kind of this like relaxed, kind of lighter pant. But no, it was Lululemon, still had the pull tab. So there is the logo there. Let me see if I can find real quick the size dot, if there is one, because I'm curious. Okay, it is a newer style, and the way you can tell is when you find the size dot, if it has a bunch of letters and numbers around it, that a portion of that is the style number, and so the newer items do have that included. But honestly, I don't know if this was worn more than once or twice. This pull tab is in really good condition. Most of the Goodwills in this area do not mark up Lululemon, which is nice, but I only paid $5.99 for it, which I am here for it. All right, another pair of athletics, if this is a newer Athleta, and the reason you can tell that besides the date on the inside tag is the style name is written here. So this is a size 2. It is the Highlands Hybrid Cargo Pants. I've actually listed and sold a couple of different color pair of these. These are they're coming off brown on camera, but they're actually more of a like brown gray. They're a little bit more gray in person, but yeah, I've picked these up. I've had good luck with them, and these were $5.99 as well. All right, so speaking of maternity, I also found this pair in the regular pants section. It's Spanx, but maternity. Like, I didn't even know that Spanx made maternity. These are their faux leather leggings, which also have done really well for me, so I'm really hoping maternity just makes them worth even more. This is a size large, so a really good size, and they were $5.99. You really can't beat it. All right, another pair of newer Athleta. These are the Elation Camo 7/8 tights. Now they are in a size small, but I've done well with the camo print from Athleta, and again, it's a newer style, so I was willing to pick them up, and they were $5.99. And then the last item in that bag was actually, let me find the tag here. Oh, there is no tag, and I know why. So when my husband came over and put something in my cart, this was it. He found this, and let me get the tag up here. It is another Lululemon men's piece. And this does not have the size pull tab, but I do not mind measuring and putting that in my listing. I will put the measurements, and then I will also take a screenshot of the size chart from the brand and include that in there. And then I have this little spiel that says, there's no size tag, but based on the measurements and the brand size chart, this is what I believe it is. But please make sure to look at the measurements and compare to your own sizing before purchasing. One that just helps make sure that the buyer does pay attention to the measurements, but also it also covers me if anyone were to come back and say that it wasn't that size. I've had quite a few cases that have been opened because of that. Like they're like, oh, this doesn't fit me right. But one, Poshmark has the no returns for fit policy, but also if I include measurements on something where there's no size tag, then that covers me completely. But this was just a plain black t-shirt, but it's, I would guess either a medium or large men's shirt, and it was $5.99, so I was happy to pick that up. All right, the last bag, before we get to the bins items, which, spoiler alert, the bins was complete crap, and it has been the last couple times. So I think the next time we go up there, we're just gonna go to regular stores. But actually this next weekend is my husband and I's 10-year date anniversary. I always say we count our dating anniversary as well as our marriage anniversary. So this year we'll hit 10 years dating and 7 years being married. But we're gonna go and take a long weekend in Dallas. So we'll probably do some thrifting while we're there as well. But I found this brand, and I've never seen it before, but it looked really good quality, and there were actually two of the same items, just different colors. So I looked it up, and comps were between $40 and $50 for this style. This is Modern Citizen. I don't believe I've ever heard of it. They are both size large, and they are called the Jude Wrap top. So they have kind of a split here behind the knot, and then the knot just completes the closure of the front. So there was that white top, and then this is a kind of dark gray blue of the same style. So they were $5.99 each, both size large. With those comps, I was happy to pick up a new brand that I've never heard of before. All right, I was excited to find this. This was actually in the main t-shirt section, but it's actually a dress. It is Everlane, size medium, but it's just a black t-shirt dress. Mini dress for sure, but it's definitely not just a t-shirt. And it was $5.99 because they thought it was a shirt, even though it's a dress. So I was happy to find it for that price. I don't believe it says what the style name is. Let me just double check. It does give a style number, so if I can remember, I will put the style name up here. But I think I've picked up one other Everlane dress like this. If it wasn't Everlane, it was Madewell. But anyway, either way, I'm excited to see how well that will do. All right, this needs to be steamed for sure, but I was excited to find this. This was only $5.99. It is a Lululemon women's short sleeve shirt. And the only reason I knew that it was Lululemon was, one, it looked like the tag had been ripped out. That's always a tall tale sign, but also the logo in the bottom corner. And I've sold a couple shirts that are this exact style. I have sold them in long sleeve, not the short sleeve, but it's short sleeve season. So we'll see how well that does. Again, no size, but I will definitely measure. And then I had mentioned that my husband found 2 BOLOs that I've never found before. So one was the Travis Matthew, but he found 2 Travis Matthew items. And this was the other one. This was actually the first Goodwill, like regular store we went to of the day. And he came over and showed it to me. So I was super excited. It is Aviator Nation. I've never found this brand before. I actually found a pair of jeans and bought them because I thought it was Aviator Nation, but it was a completely different brand. It was just called like Aviator something. I don't remember, but this is a size extra large. Now it does have some pilling on it, but I'm excited to pick it up and see how it does. I've heard this brand can do amazing, and they only had it at $3.89. So my husband killed this shopping trip. All right, so like I mentioned, the last like 3 times we've gone up to Oklahoma City and gone to the bins, they have just not been good. And I think a good reason for that is it has gotten insanely busy. I don't know if like they're advertising more and so more people are coming or what, but it is always so busy. Now, mind you, we do go on a Saturday or a Sunday, but we've also gone like on a Thursday or Friday in the past, and it's never been as busy as it is, you know, now. So, like I mentioned, we'll probably just go to regular stores, but anyway, I did pick up 1 book. The paperback books are 79 cents. So I figured that was a decent price for books. I only picked up 2 clothing items and they totaled $1. Their prices also have gone up twice in the last like couple months. So the last time we went, they had gone up from the previous time. And then this time they were up even more from the last time. So 1, I just didn't find a whole lot of clothes, but 2, their prices have gone up. So I paid $1.99 for these 2 pieces of clothing, but I've heard this baby's brand can do good. It's called Kiki Pants. But this says First Christmas. I don't know. I'm gonna look up comps, see what comps would be for this, but I'm probably just gonna put it into a tub and take it to Once Upon a Child closer to Christmas time. All right, and then the other clothing item I found was a pretty good find. It is another pair of fixed pants. This is just a non-maternity pair, but it is a size large petite. But it's also a pair of joggers. So I found 2 pairs of joggers. So I was like, I got 2 pairs in the afternoon of figs for way cheaper than I would have gotten them at that garage sale. But yeah, I'm probably gonna list this and I'm just associating cost of $1.99. Normally when I go to the bins, I will average cost of goods things out, but I only found those 2 things, clothing wise, the 1 book, and then I found a total of 5 pairs of shoes, 3 adults and 2 kids. So let me show you those. So at my bins in my state, these shoes are priced separately. So now the adult shoes are, oh geez, I think they're $249, $269, something like that. And then the kids, I believe, are $169. So that's why I'm not averaging the cost of goods out this time, because that would make that fixed pair of pants really expensive. So I'm just doing a regular cost of goods. I believe these are men's. They are a pair of leather sandals. They're really giving Y2K vibes to me, but they are the brand Mephisto. No, you need to see it the other way, don't you? You need to see it this way. So it is Mephisto. I've done pretty well with this brand. These are a size 45, so they look like a big men's pair, but the bottoms look in great condition. There's really not a whole lot of wear to the upper. They're like a black gray leather upper, and then they say Mephisto right there. So I was willing to pick it up, but they are a big size for men's shoes, which is always nice. And again, we're coming into sandal season. So let me show you the other pairs. I actually got 3 other pairs of kind of sandals. They tend to wrap them in the rubber bands, but I got a pair of Crocs, and I normally don't pick up Crocs unless they're like just kind of a interesting style, or like this, it was an interesting print. So it's kind of camo, but like more like a marbled print. It's like a gray, purple, and black. So anyway, these were in pretty good condition. They do have a little bit of dirt on the bottom, just not like crazy amounts, but they have been worn before. They're a men's 7 or a men's 5 or a women's 7. So I decided to pick those up. Again, perfect season for them. And then the other 2 pairs of sandals are kids. So I found these. I need to take a, not dry erase marker. Jeez. What are those called? Magic erasers, a magic eraser to them to get them just a little bit cleaned up, because they are white, but they were in really good condition. They are a pair of native kids shoes. They are a size C7. So I picked those up, and then I was excited to see these. Now, the only reason I knew what they were was because it's written on the buckle, but they are a kid's pair of Birkenstocks. So let me try and get it up close here. It's going to be on the little black buckles here. They are a size 29. I'll have to look up and see what size those are, but they're really good condition. They just need a quick wipe down. But yeah, I was excited to find these. These were kind of in a corner at the bins where I go to. People go nuts over the shoes. They line us up, they tell us to go whenever they get all the shoes out, and people run. Now, I tell them don't run, but of course they do. And so they just grab armfuls and not even looking at them and shoving them in their bags, and then just, it's kind of insane. So, you know, I usually stay a little bit after the rush goes down, because then people are kind of bringing the ones they don't want back. I found a lot of good singles. I found Sorel, Kate Spade, another good adult Birkenstock. But yeah, I never found the matches to those. But the other adult pair that I got is a brand that I don't think I've heard of before. I may have seen it once or twice. Maybe I even picked it up. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think though that I have found these before. If I did, oh well. But they just look like really good, high quality leather shoes. They remind me of Fry. At first I thought Fry makes a very similar shoe to this. It's not Fry though. It's called Trask. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that where you can see that. But it looked like comps were gonna be good. They are women's size 8.5. And like I said, really good quality leather. I think comps were gonna be about 50 to 60 on these, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, for $2 and some change, I am happy to find this. This I found before they did the rotation, where it was just shoes left over from either earlier in the day or the day before. And then all the rest of them I found when they did the new rotation. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the bit of crying in the beginning, but I just wanted to let you guys know kind of what was going on with him and kind of where his journey ended. He, like I said, had a really long, happy life. He was very spoiled. He actually was diagnosed last year with a heart condition, heart failure, and we had him on meds. The vet said he'd probably die from something else before he died from the heart condition, and, you know, he did, unfortunately. Yeah. So let me know what your favorite item that I found was below. Let me know kind of what you thought about the pricing. I actually really enjoy going up there because it's a quick drive and they have a ton more stores. Now I'm not getting cheap like Ben's pricing, but the brands that I can find there just aren't some of them I just can't find here. Now, of course, I can find tours and stuff like that, but you know, it's fun to take a day and drive up and spend some time thrifting. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed and you want to see more videos without crying in the future, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification on your way out. But I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.